Good day, everyone. I am Celine Norian G. Pahayat, a third-year BE Ed student from Narsoshato. So let us discuss the curriculum implementation, models of implementation, and also the change processes. Let us read first our objectives. Identify the models of curriculum implementation and their change processes. Apply their understanding by creating an output that demonstrates how a curriculum implementation model works. Demonstrate openness to change and cooperation by actively participating in group activities and responding positively during the class discussion. So let us talk about the curriculum implementation. The curriculum implementation refers to the act of working out the plans and suggestions that have been made by the curriculum specialists and subject experts in a classroom or school setting. So the curriculum implementation is just a big way of saying using the plan for learning. This means putting the planned curriculum into action in schools. It's about teachers actually teaching what experts and specialists design, using real strategies, lessons, and activities in the classroom. This also means that the teacher has to follow it, prepare it, and serve it to the students. That's what curriculum implementation means. Teachers bringing the plan to life in the classroom. So according to Ornstein and Hankins in 1998, curriculum implementation as the interaction between the curriculum that has been written and planned and the persons or the teachers who are engaged in charge to deliver it. To them, the curriculum implementation implies the following. First, we have the shift from what is the current to a new or enhanced curriculum. So this means that moving from the old lessons or methods to a new and improved curriculum. So the teachers and students needs to adjust to this shift. Next is the change in knowledge, actions, and attitudes of the people involved. So the curriculum change doesn't just mean new books. It affects how the teachers think, what they do, and how the students will learn. So the teachers must learn new methods, and the students also may need to study in new ways, like projects instead of just tests. Then next, we have the change in behavior using new strategies and resources. So implementation requires action. The teachers and students must use different strategies, tools, and resources to meet the new goals. Then lastly, change which requires efforts, hence goals should be achievable. So, adopting a new curriculum is not easy at all. It takes time, training, and practice. That's why the goals must be realistic and attainable for both the students and also the teachers. In the classroom context, curriculum implementation means teaching what has been written in the lesson plan. While on a larger scale, it is about applying the curriculum across all levels of the education system with the help of the teachers, schools, and also the administrators. So now, let us discuss the models of implementation and change processes. But before that, let us define first the models of implementation and also the change processes. So models of implementation are frameworks or strategies that guide how these written plans are translated into teaching and learning. Models of implementation is the plan or framework to carry out the curriculum, while the change processes are the steps or stages of moving from old ways to new or better ones. Now, let us discuss the four models of implementation. So we can find the change processes under the models of implementation, where each model describes how change in curriculum is managed. The following are the models of implementation. First, we have the overcoming resistance to change or ORC model. The main idea of this model is the success of curriculum implementation depends on how well the curriculum developers deal with the concerns of the teachers, the students, and the society in general. So if teachers don't accept the change, of course, the implementation will fail. We can group the concerns into the following four broad developmental stages as given in the table. The first stage, the developmental concern, is called unrelated concern. So at this stage, teachers do not perceive a relationship between themselves and the suggested changes. So in here, the teachers do not see the new change as relevant to them. They might not even be aware of it, or if they are, they don't think it affects their role as a teacher. Next is the personal concerns. So the teachers will start comparing the new program with the current one. They will think about how it will affect them personally, their workloads, their skills, and their strategies. Then we have the third stage, the task-related concerns. So this stage relates to the actual use of the innovation. So the teachers focus on the practical requirements of the new change. Their concerns are about time, materials, and strategies will arise. Lastly, we have the impact-related concerns. So the teachers shift their attention to the effect of the innovation on students and others. Then the second model is what we call the leadership obstacle course or the LOC model. The LOC model is like an obstacle course. It identifies barriers or the resistance, and it ensures people have the understanding, skills, resources, structure, and motivation, and move step by step from trying the innovation to fully adopting it. We can do this by making sure that the following 5 conditions exist. The LOC model views educational change as a process in the 3 stages. First, we have the initiation. This is where the change is introduced. Next is attempted implementation, the stage where the change is tried out in practice. Then lastly, the incorporation. Incorporation is the stage where the change becomes part of the normal system. Next model is the linkage model. This recognizes that there are innovators in research and development centers, universities, and etc. So the linkage model focuses on connecting the innovators, or what we call the resource system, with educators or users, or they call it user systems, so that curriculum innovations are useful and appropriate for actual classroom problems. Let us identify the resource system and the user system. Resource system includes universities, research centers, and other innovators who create new educational methods, programs, or tools. While user system includes teachers, schools, or districts who use these innovations in practice. There has to be a link between these 2 systems, which are the user system and the resource system. This is how the linkage model works. So in the linkage model, the main goal is transfer of knowledge from innovators to educators so that solutions actually solve classroom or school problems. Next model is what we call the RAND Change Agent, or the RCA model. This model focuses on organizational barriers as the main obstacles to curriculum change. It emphasizes that support from people and the organization is crucial for successful implementation. As in ORD and LOC models, it puts forward the following 3 stages in the change process. We have initiation. At this stage, the curriculum developers work to secure the support for the anticipated change. So the curriculum developers secure support for the change. The people must understand and agree that the change is necessary and legitimate. The next is implementation. So at this stage, the proposed change, the new program and the organizational structure are adjusted to operationalize the change. So in this stage, the proposed change is put into practice. The program and organizational structure are adjusted to make the change operational. Lastly, we have the incorporation. So the change becomes a regular part of the school program, and it is now fully integrated into normal practices. So let's proceed to the role of stakeholders in curriculum implementation. First, we have the stakeholders. Stakeholders are the individuals or institutions that bring the curriculum to life and shape its implementation. And we have the learners are the center of the curriculum as it is made for them. They are classified by age, sex, development, the physical, mental, and emotional development, cultural background, and aspirations, and their personal goals. Then we have the teachers, who are the curriculum developers and implementers. They serve as the central architects of both curriculum development and implementation. The next is the curriculum managers or administrators. They lead the institution, make key decisions on school purposes, and ensure proper implementation. Parents are the primary supporters of the school since they provide for their child's education. Their active involvement, such as joining parent education programs, contribute to high-quality learning experiences. Next is the community members, who contribute resources, share local or indigenous knowledge, and may serve in school boards to align education with community needs. Other stakeholders are, first, the professional organizations. This group help review and improve the curriculum. They also have a say in licensure exams and in making sure that the curriculum meets professional standards. And for government, first we have the DepEd. They handle the curriculum for basic education like elementary to senior high school. The next is the CHED. CHED is the higher education or the tertiary or college, and also the graduate programs. Then lastly, we have the TESDA, who manages technical and vocational courses. And we also have another stakeholder, which is the Professional Regulation Commission, or the PRC. This agency makes sure that graduates from different college programs are qualified to be professionals. For example, the Supreme Court gives the bar exam for lawyers. The Philippine Medical Association oversees the licensure exam for the doctors. So in short, the curriculum implementation ensures that what is planned becomes real, meaningful learning for the students. So that's it for today's discussion, everyone. See you on the next one.